What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So Chelsea just beat Tottenham 1-0 in the Premier League at their home, and yeah, 3-point lane delivers again. They always deliver. We go there, an easy 3 points for us. Since February 2020, we've only lost twice against Tottenham, drawn twice against Tottenham. The rest have been wins. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I can't wait to see the compilations of Spurs fans melting down whilst watching us. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, 3-point lane delivers again. And I don't know whether we need to update that, because they are not a White Hart Lane anymore. They are Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And probably we should update it to 3-point stadium. But 3-point lane sounds better. It has more history behind it. So I think we'll keep it for a while. But yeah, they delivered a good game. Frustrating at times because of the referee and some other things that happened in the game that we'll talk about in this review. And so yeah, let's get straight to it. So the lineup was a bit confusing to me because I was expecting Esteval to start. I was expecting Gittins to start. I don't know why he doesn't want to start Esteval in these games. I know Esteval is young, 17 years old, but I mean, he can still perform. He has performed at higher levels. When he was at Palmeiras, he was scoring goals. He was starting day in, day out against big teams in tough matches, and he was able to hold his own. I don't know why Maresca is not starting him in games. I just don't understand. He brought him on very late in the game, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating that he didn't start. It was frustrating that we were struggling in certain positions, but Maresca was still not bringing him on. But yeah, apart from that, everything else was cool. Garnacho started, Neto on the right side as usual, Garnacho on the left, Fernandes playing right behind João Pedro leading the line. It wasn't really that bad of a lineup, to be honest. I was just a little bit disappointed that Esteval didn't start. And Gittins too, after his performance against Wolves, I thought he deserved to get a start, but he didn't start. So the game started very strong for us. We were in control of the ball. I think we were in control of the ball for majority of the game, because Tottenham really weren't threatening at all. They couldn't string passes together properly. They couldn't really clear their lines properly. They couldn't pass from the back. That was something that we were exploiting a lot, and that was something that we almost got goals from. And even our goal came from something like that. And I don't know, they were struggling to pass from the back. They've also been riddled with injuries this season. Their medical team has really had to work overtime this season, because Richarlison didn't start the game. He was on the bench. He's also recovering from injury. They also have Solanke too out. They have a number of players out, just as we also have a number of players out. But our excuse, at least, is that because we played a lot of games over the summer, so the fatigue is beginning to show. The injuries are beginning to pile up. But I don't know what their excuses. They've had issues recently. They've had issues in previous game. They lost recently in the Carabao Cup. And yeah, they've not been good. They've not been the best. They started very well under Thomas Frank, but so far the results have not been great. And yeah, so we also wanted to exploit that. Our results as well have not been great. Our performances as well has not been great. But we also wanted to, at least when we face them, we are better. There's something about Chelsea that we play teams like Wolves, struggle against them, play Sunderland, lose to Sunderland, and then we come and we dominate Spurs. Caicedo and James in the middle, solid, very, very solid, especially Caicedo. Fantastic performance from him today. We'll talk a little bit more about him later. But yeah, in the first half, Garnacho was seeing the ball a lot. He was seeing the ball more than Neto on the right hand side. He was on the left and he was seeing the ball a lot. But I was happy with a lot of things that he was doing. I was happy that he was taking players on. I was happy that he was linking up well with Enzo Fernandez. But the end product wasn't there. It was lacking a lot. He even had a shot that was very, very feeble, a very, very feeble shot, soft shot, and he could have opened the scoring with that. So he was cutting in a lot. He made me miss Sancho a lot. I know a lot of Chelsea fans don't want to talk about Sancho because they feel like he could have taken a pay cut and stayed at the club. I also wanted him to do that, but he didn't want to, and he's gone. He's now struggling somewhere else. But Sancho last season, with that space and time on the ball as Garnacho had, he would have been up by a goal or two already. either put in a very good cross or score himself. That's something that I was hoping that Garnacho would bring to the team because we lost Sancho. I was hoping that Garnacho would bring that to the team, and I haven't seen it yet. I honestly haven't seen it yet. That this was a game where he could prove himself. He could solidify that starting position, but I don't think he has. Even when he came off, you could see there's disappointment on his face. He didn't really do well. I wanted them to change him. I wanted Maresca to change him before the second half starts, but he managed to stay on the second half for quite a while before he was subbed off. Enzo Fernandez too, some of his passes too, it was lacking. I don't know why. I don't want to call him a weak link today, but I feel like today he didn't really do much, like especially with going forward. But with defending the ball, he did very well, but going forward he didn't really add much to our game. In the first half, him and Garnacho were doing fantastic stuff. Then he switched to him and João Pedro, but still the end product wasn't there. That's how I feel. I feel like the end product wasn't there. I feel like he could have done more in this game that I didn't see him do. João Pedro too, today he could have had 3 goals instead of the one that he scored because he wasn't taking his chances well. There was a poor pass from the Tottenham defense, and João Pedro pounced onto it, and he should have taken that. He should have scored, but he played a low shot, and Vicario was there to save. We got our goal in the 34th minute. It wasn't long after João Pedro had his chance saved. And again, I don't know what it is that Spurs were trying to do, but they just couldn't pass from the back. They couldn't pass off from the back, and they tried passing off from the back, lost possession to us. Then Enzo Fernandez made a very weird pass. I don't know who was trying to find. I think he thought Caicedo was going to make the run, and he made a pass to Caicedo, and Caicedo wasn't there. But kudos to Caicedo. Caicedo pressed the Spurs players. He was able to dispossess one of them, drove into the penalty box. He was able to give a pass to João Pedro, who took it well and then put it in the roof of the net. He went high, and that gave him a better chance of scoring. And it was a very good finish, very, very good finish from João Pedro. So yeah, it was a long time since we saw that celebration from him, that celebration that he does this. Not as iconic as the Gyökeres one, but if he scores more goals to become iconic, that's the thing. If he score more goals, imagine Palmer did this like 2 times a season. No, it wouldn't have worked. But because Palmer scores fantastic goals and he scores cold goals, he has cold moments, and they are very good goals, and they are continuous, the celebration becomes iconic. So if he wants it to be iconic, the celebration is a nice celebration. I don't know what it means though, but it's a nice celebration, and I think he has to be scoring more to make it iconic. Yeah, let's also talk about Caicedo. Caicedo was very fantastic today. I mean, his interceptions, his tackles, his assist for the goal, very, very good effort from him, pressing the ball and dispossessing his man and passing it to João Pedro, even though he was fouled, and I think he could have gotten that penalty if he had gone down because he was pushed by the Spurs defenders, but he still managed to pass the ball to João Pedro, who scored it brilliantly. So he got the man of the match too, deservingly at the end of the game. Very, very good performance from him. Fantastic. For me, Caicedo so far right now is the best player in the league. Forget about Haaland scoring goals and all that. So Caicedo for me is the best player in the league. He's more important than anybody. Like how Rodri was a couple of seasons ago for Man City. That's what he's doing for us. He's really, really solid. And if he's not in the team, we struggle to win. We will struggle to win if he's not in the team. So fantastic performance from Caicedo. He reminds me a lot of Kante, and yes, we've got a proper defensive midfielder who can score goals, score long range efforts, get assists, and defend well. I mean, he's fantastic. He's really, really fantastic. I couldn't praise him enough. But yeah, so after that, we still got chances of the chance, but we really didn't threaten them that much. Neto, to me too, wasn't really the best today. He was trying. He was really, really trying, cutting in to take some shots, but the shots too were not really that good. The second half especially, the shots, cutting in and then taking those shots, they were not really that good. They were not powerful enough, or they were too powerful. Neto this season, maybe he's also suffering from the fatigue, but Neto this season hasn't really taken off yet. He hasn't taken off yet, and we've not played a lot of games. I think he's played just 10 games so far, so yeah, about 28 more to go. There's a lot more to go, and yeah, the games are slowly ramping up, but they need to find their form quickly. They really need to find their form quickly. Neto today could have had a goal or two. The same with Garnacho too, could have had a goal or two, but just feeble efforts to score, and I don't think they really did that well. So now let's go to the next major talking point of the game. The referee today was so frustrating, so frustrating. I mean, I was screaming at the screen, I was shouting, I was insulting him a lot, many times. He was so frustrated, he was so biased, the referee was so biased, man. In the first half especially, some of the fouls that he was overlooking that were against Chelsea. I mean, a Spurs player will commit a foul and he wave it off, and then the Chelsea player will commit the same foul, but he blow the whistle. The worst one was the foul on James. Bentancur fouled James, starts up, he stamped on his ankle area, and VAR didn't even tell the referee, he didn't advise the referee to go and look at the monitors, because if the referee had looked at the monitors, that would have been a red, but he chose not to. I mean, it's the referee's discretion whether the VAR tell you or not. If you suspect that there's some foul play somewhere, you would go and check it. You would request for video footage, and then you go and look at it. But he didn't. From the way he was officiating the game today, I wasn't surprised that he didn't go and check it. He didn't go and check it. He didn't make an effort to check it. He rather gave Chalobah a yellow card, but gave Bentancur a yellow card for their altercation. I don't know whether the yellow card for Bentancur was for the altercation that they had, the two of them that they had, or it was for the foul. I just don't know. Because if you give Chalobah a yellow card, then you should also give Bentancur 2 yellow cards, for one for the foul and then one for the altercation or the confrontation that he had with Chalobah. But he didn't do that, and they were still 11 men up. And some of the fouls that they were doing, man, they should have gotten a red card long time. And shortly after that, there was another foul, a similar foul. It wasn't as malicious as Bentancur's own, but a similar foul also starts up on Enzo Fernandez, and he didn't say anything. No, I don't remember. I don't remember why they gave him a yellow card. That was the kind of officiating that he was doing throughout the game. The second half was a little bit calmer. I'm sure they spoke to him. I'm sure some words were exchanged in the tunnel. I'm sure the Premier League, FA, whatever it is, officials spoke to him, told him something. I don't know, because there was outrage on social media. The flimsy excuse that the FA gave or the Premier League gave, I'll put it up. So their explanation was this. They said the referee's call of a yellow card to Bentancur was checked and confirmed by VAR, with the contact deemed to be a reckless challenge and not serious foul play. These two things shouldn't be in the same sentence. They shouldn't be in the same sentence and meaning opposite things. They are supposed to be the same thing. It's supposed to be the same thing. It's supposed to be the same explanation, but nope. They said it is not the same thing. It's not serious foul play, so they didn't give a card. What kind of explanation is that? And it has 603 reposts, and and they put off the replies too, because they know. I don't know whether they've always put off the replies for this particular page, but it's good they put off the replies, because the insults that were going to flow beneath it was going to be bad. But yeah, we managed to hold on to the 1-0 lead into the halftime break, and in the second half it was more of the same. We dominated the ball, we controlled the ball more. Tottenham Hotspur, they really couldn't make an impact of the game, even though they made numerous changes in the second half. They really couldn't make a big impact in the game. They really couldn't threaten us. I think Sanchez made a very good save in the second half, just one save in the second half, and yeah, I think that's it. They didn't really make that many changes in the second half. I liked how confident Sanchez was. There was one moment in the second half where I thought he almost gave the ball away. He actually gave the ball away. He was trying to find Chalobah, and the pass wasn't really that good. It fell to a Spurs player. I think it fell to Richarlison, but they really couldn't do much with it. The Chelsea players were there to defend, and yeah, Kudus too also wasn't his best day. I think that is where their problem is. Kudus not doing well, and then Xavi Simons also not doing well. We really dodged the bullet when it comes to Xavi Simons, because The Spurs fans are fed up of him already. They thought they had snaked one over us. They thought they have gotten one over us. They thought they've gone to sign a player that we've been chasing all summer. So they're happy about it. Now they're all complaining. They're all complaining. If you look at Abby on DR Sports, she's always complaining about Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons should be playing at turf more because he always hits the turf. He always goes down. Slight tackle and he's down. I mean, if he was a Chelsea player, I would be so frustrated with this guy. Probably he'll do well later on, but now he's not really doing that much. He hasn't really best on the scene, as Michael Richards would say. But yeah, so more of the same in the second half. Second half, we got many chances that I feel like we should have done better with. When Gittins came on, Gittins was better on the ball, was better at taking on his opponents than Garnacho. But Gittins got a glorious chance. And I feel like João Pedro could have done it. I think it was a 3-on-2 attack, and João Pedro could have scored, or he should have scored even, and decided to give it to Gittins, and Gittins just blasted the ball over the net. I just don't understand why. He really has to learn how to finish. I've said this many times, but he really needs to learn how to finish. And yeah, shortly after, João Pedro also goes to miss a chance. James also had a chance that just went a little bit above the bar. I mean, the second half, we could have gotten 3 or 4 goals in that half alone. João Pedro alone could have had like 3 goals today, hat-trick today, but he only had 1. And 1 ended up being enough for us. It put us in 4th position. We didn't score that many goals, so we're still under Tottenham Hotspur, who has a +9 goals, and we have +7. So if you scored more goals, if you scored the 3 or 4 that I'm talking about, we would have been above them. But right now, being in 4th position is fine. I think Liverpool is playing now, and if Liverpool wins, it pushes us down further, I think, to 5th position or so. I mean, 3 points is 3 points. I mean, it's always good to beat Spurs and take points off them. It's always good. It's always very enjoyable to do that. So yeah, I'm just excited that we've got the win, and we have to get Estevao into the game more. We have to let him be starting these games more. I don't know why Maresca isn't doing that. He brought him on in the 85th minute, and even when he came on, you could see that there was a huge difference. He had an injury where he was bleeding from his nose, and I hope it's not really that serious, because at the end of the game he still had tissue on his nose, it's a cotton or something on his nose, trying to stop the blood. I hope it's not that serious. But when he came on, you could see he was just making a difference. I mean, this man decides to bring him in the 85th. I even predicted that he'd bring him in the 70th minute, but he brought him in the 85th minute rather. I just don't know why he does that. But yeah, we got the win. I'm happy about it. This review has gone on longer than I thought it would. I'm happy about it, and I'm happy that we got the win. So 3 points for us, and we go to the next game. I think we are playing Karabakh in the Champions League. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That should be a win, but you know Chelsea. So that's been my review of the game. What do you think about all that I said? Did I miss something out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Who was your star player? For me, it was Caicedo. Caicedo was just fantastic today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So if you've watched this far and you enjoy the video, kindly give it a like and subscribe to if you want to, and it helps the algorithm send this video out there to other fans to see. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.